Welcome to the next lesson in this course where we're going to be navigating everything we need to know about OpenAI. We're going to be integrating OpenAI's API with Zapier and really understanding the dashboard. Now, before we jump into the dashboard, let's go ahead and understand pricing. So we come down here on this article here, we're going to be able to get pricing for everything associated with the API. As you see here in the 8K context, which is the API we use in Zapier, we get around 1,000 tokens for 3 cents for inputs and 6 cents for 1,000 tokens for output. Now, if you remember in that Zapier video, we went over a 4K and a 16K model of GPT 3.5. That is where this comes into play. The 4K model costs around 0.0015 and the 16K costs around 0.003. If we scroll down here, we can look at older versions of models from OpenAI. And if we come down here a little bit more, we get the image model. So this has to do with DALL-E. We call upon the API for DALL-E for dealing with a 1024 by 1024 image. That's going to cost around 2 cents per image. Furthermore, if we call upon the transcription and translation model, Whisper, it's going to cost around 0.006 per minute. As you see here, it is very flexible with their model. They say you can start experimenting and they'll give you $5 of free credits and you can start using it during the first 3 months. You can pay as you go, and you can just choose whichever model best fits your use case, as you'll see in all these different tutorials. To sign up for OpenAI, all you gotta do is come up here to this top right, hit sign up, and simply input your email or sign up with one of these other options. Perfect. Once we have signed up and logged in, we'll go to a dashboard like this. We got a lot of different tabs we can choose here. We got our account up here. Let's go ahead and dive into everything we need to know about the OpenAI's API dashboard and when it comes to AI automation. The first most important thing that you need to know about this dashboard is coming down to this link right here, which is the view status page. This is going to be useful. If you find yourself getting multiple errors or it seems like the model is not working, go ahead and check up on this use page because sometimes the systems are just down. Therefore, that's why so many errors are occurring. Coming back to the dashboard here, another good rule of thumb is the playground. The use case you can use the playground for is if the OpenAI servers are down, like I showed before, you can start messing around with the playground to still get answers. So this is still useful in the sense of if ChatGPT is down or if OpenAI's API is down, you can use the playground to still access the models in a different realm. If you come to the examples tab, it's going to give you different prompts and ways to approach issues, such as summarize for a second grade. If I click that, it will go ahead and give me the prompt that was used in order to get that specific output. Or as you see here, they made a whole prompt with Marv, the sarcastic chatbot. You are Marv, a chatbot that reluctantly answers questions or sarcastic responses. How many pounds to a kilogram? This again, there are 2.2 pounds in a kilogram. Please make a note of this. So you can do funny stuff like that, but this just gives you examples to better understand how to prompt engineer. API reference, think of this as API documentation, which you'll see later in this course when we access other platforms such as Stripe or MailChimp. This essentially is their own documentation when it comes to API calls. This is actually what Zapier uses in order to integrate it into their backend. So now we know a general gist of where the tabs take us and what they mean. Let's go ahead and check out our own personal profile here and what we need to know about it. If I come up here to the top right here, this is going to give us a ton of different options here, such as visiting ChatGPT's regular UI or visiting DALL-E. But for us, what we need to care about is going to manage account. Once we're in manage account, we can go ahead and change our organization name. And behind me is the organization ID that's used in specific contexts, depending if whatever program you're using requests that API. For us, all we need to care about when setting it up for Zapier is going to be our API keys, which is found right over here. Okay, let's go ahead and create our secret key here that we're going to use for Zapier. All we need to do is come over here, say create secret key. Move myself up here, and we're just going to go ahead and put course key. I'm going to delete it, so don't try to copy it. I'm going to go to create this key, and as you see, that is the key here. We're going to go ahead and copy this. Coming over to Zapier, we're going to go ahead and select an app of OpenAI. We're going to go ahead and hit continue here, and then we can go ahead and hit add new connection. It's going to load, and essentially, we want to go ahead and put in our API key. Now you could put your organization ID, but it's not actually important here. We're going to go ahead and continue. We're going to put in our API key. We're going to say yes, connect. Once connected, we see it right there. So now we can start using OpenAI within our Zapier flows. Cool little thumb here is you can go ahead and test connection. You can reconnect. You can edit the name here. So I'm just going to put test so I can delete it later. And essentially, now we have successfully integrated OpenAI with Zapier. It doesn't stop there though. We want to go ahead and type in ChatGPT. We're going to want to go ahead and hit connect. Input our API key. Yes, continue, connect ChatGPT. And there you go. Now ChatGPT is connected as well, and we are good to go. We have OpenAI connected and ChatGPT connected. We'll be able to start creating AI automations. Now, the next most important thing you can find on your OpenAI dashboard is going to be usage, which is right over here. Essentially, this is going to give you the cost associated with your OpenAI per month. You see above me, it gives you a whole chart, and then it tells you by day how much AI has been used. Now, when running an AI automation agency, they will provide you with a cap around 250, I believe, or 100 per month. You can go ahead and request a higher cap if you feel like your AI is going to be at a higher usage limit for that month or for continuing months. In order to request a higher usage limit, you're going to go to your billing, overview, and then usage limit. There, you'll be able to set a soft limit and a hard limit and use their form if you need to request a higher limit. As you see here in usage limits, if I go to request increase, it will bring me to a form like this where I'll simply put in the email, put in the rate increase that I'm requesting and the reason why. The billing also shows your payment method, your billing history, your preferences, and pricing. Now, for your reference, you can come over here. If I click this, it'll take me straight to ChatGPT. That's pretty cool. And then if I click this, it will take me straight to DALL-E. DALL-E is an image generated software. I'd have to log in order to start using it, but it would take me straight to DALL-E. And essentially, you can read the terms and policies here. You can invite a team member here, and you can manage your account like I showed earlier. Perfect. Now you've successfully integrated OpenAI's API with Zapier. You understand everything you need to know about the dashboard, and you can perfectly navigate if you wanted to increase a limit, understand the cost associated per month, and more. Let's go ahead and jump into our next lesson here, where we build out an entire Webflow landing page and see how we can optimize it with ChatGPT. I'll see you there.